YouTube, what's going on? Horse Racing Gamer here. Welcome back to Champion Horse Racing. If you are new, make sure to subscribe to the channel for weekly horse racing content. We play a lot of horse racing games on this channel, and you'll be seeing more of this game in the future. So, we're going to start here today with our best 4-year-old, who's almost a 5-year-old stallion, and that is King de Oro. Now, I would love to use him for breeding, but I think I still have to get a couple more Grade 1 wins with him. Now, let's look at King de Oro's record, my best horse. 8 races. We've won a G1, 3 G2s, no G3s yet. He has 4 wins and 3 regional wins at the grade 2 level. So there's still a lot of growth for King de Oro. Now currently, I need to get his conditioning back up to 100 or close to 90, I should say. I usually race my horses at 90 or higher. He's at 68 right now. I think I've literally already done training with him. So I'll just go ahead and feed him a carrot to drop his fatigue. No races for him this week. We're going to move on to the next horse. So, hospital, what does this do? Okay, just that stuff, excuse me. So, sorry, brother. He is our 3-year-old colt. His fatigue is at 13%. His status is almost at 90. If I train him again, he should be ready to rock and roll. Let's see if I can train him without hurting his conditioning. And no, he's actually ready to go right now. So I probably just need to get him into a race. So and I can't feed him. Have we raced him yet? I think we have. Okay, we did race him. So actually, negative on sorry, brother. So we're just going to kind of keep going down the line until we get a horse that we can actually race with. So next up, Conduit. He's also raced. Let's check his status. Not bad. His conditioning at 37. I want to get him as close to 90 as possible. So the 3-year-old colt rated 107. A speed and A stamina, which is good. So Conduit, if I can get him a G1, he would actually be a good horse to use for breeding. Now, this turf barrier trial will put his fatigue up quite a bit. So let's see, because I'm going to put him into a live race, but apparently the barrier trials are about the best thing to do. And looking at the turf, which he is a turf horse, we'll just focus on that. So we'll do that here for Conduit. Conduit is there in the blue mask there. Actually, there was 2 horses, but you guys saw my jockey colors. And we'll go ahead and just need to drop our stamina here, or drop our fatigue, I should say. So Conduit's good to go. Just making sure I get everybody taken care of, and then we'll get into a race. Now, Rattan Kane, another 3-year-old colt, a little bit light as far as the weight is concerned, 1098, so we need to improve that. Now, we can't really do any additional training for the conditioning. This horse just needs to rest, so I think we're done here for this horse for today. Move on to the next horse, which is Hungry Kid. Another colt, 3-year-old colt, rated 103. Weight is pretty good. Conditioning's at 89. This horse has raced already, and we've already fed it. If we did training, I don't think training would really help us. So again, we'll bypass that horse. Citron Energy, excuse me, another 3-year-old colt here, rated 95. Still got a lot of work to do. One of our younger ones, you can see still a lot of grades with D's, C's, and E's. We have raced with this horse already. We can do some training if it'll help, but I don't know if it will. See, I'm trying to get that conditioning up, but nothing will help. So we'll go ahead and just feed this horse. I don't really know what's the difference between... Well, the carrot is good for the weight. The muesli drops your fatigue more. Our weight is good, so I'll just do muesli. And I think we have a couple more horses. Glowing Dragon, another 3-year-old colt, young boy. He's at 75% conditioning. His fatigue is actually not bad. We can do some training, but I don't know if anything is going to work. And if I do a paired gallop, if I do enhance, is there anything that can boost... this conditioning? Because where was his conditioning at? Sorry. Glowing Dragon, your conditioning is already at 75. Don't think there's anything I can do to really improve that. Like, I could do some swimming. That would drop the weight, raise the wet rating. I don't feel like we race on the wet a lot in this game. Yeah, so there's nothing I can do to improve his conditioning. Everything is essentially going to hurt him. So, yeah, swim wouldn't really help. The walker wouldn't really help. The hill track, it could develop the wind power, or willpower, excuse me. We could do that. It won't drop his conditioning too much, only by 5 points, and we can make him a little bit more gutsy. So we'll do that for Glowing Dragon. And last but not least is Zamora Jewel, our only filly now. She's 91 rated, 5 stars, special filly. Late growth type for sure. So we'll have a long time with her. She's already at fatigue. Her fatigue is really, really high. I probably need to go ahead and give her a spell. You know what I mean? We'll spell her for maybe 2 months. Her conditioning will drop a lot, but her fatigue, I could do a 1 month spell and then try to still work. So I think I'll do a 1 month spell with her, and now we'll advance to the next month. So now we can actually get to racing some of our horses. And we'll go all the way to... Sorry Brother is actually the highest rated one. Where's King de Oro? Oh, there's King. So King de Oro, again, his conditioning is not great. Need to get him back into shape here. So let's see what we can do for the King. So he won't be racing right now. But in order to get him moving up as far as his training is concerned, you could do an enhanced pair Gallop. He is a turf horse. The turf barrier trial will accomplish more, higher fatigue, but as you can see, a lot of things will increase with this training session. His turf rating will go up, his conditioning will go up, his counterclockwise ability will go up, as well as his counterclockwise ability. I think that's what I want to do. Now, I could train him for the turf Gallop. I don't really see a point in that. We'll save 5 fatigue points, and yeah, I'd rather just go with the turf barrier trial. So we're going to do that for the King. And there he is with the white blinkers there, white leg wraps. He looks good. Let's go on to the next horse. We will get into racing here. I'm just making sure everybody's taken care of. So, Sorry Brother. He's pretty much almost at ideal conditioning. I don't think any more training is going to help him. I think we need to run him at 89%, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Just going to... Moosely here to drop his fatigue all the way down to 0. Now, this is a horse that runs 12 to 1,200 meters, and he can really run clockwise or counterclockwise. So let's look for a regional race for him at 12 to 1,200 meters on the turf. So we'll come here. We'll come to seasonal races. And here's a good one. It's a G1. The Sprint Classic in Flemington is 13 minutes from now. So we'll go ahead and register for this. As far as the jockeys, now we do have some jockeys we can use. I'm going to use Y Tabe, the third jockey here from Japan. We'll use one of these. And we are nominated for a race in about 13 minutes time. So I'm just going to go ahead and set my timer for 12 minutes if I can. In fact, I need to reset this alarm right quick. So Sorry Brother, he'll be up. And I hope that we can obviously do pretty well with him. So Sorry Brother, he's ready to go for a race in a couple of minutes here. So in the meantime, let's see if anybody else is ready to go. Conduit, our other colt. Now, his conditioning is great. We need to drop that fatigue. So if we feed him muesli 2 more times, or maybe anything else. Apple vinegar actually gets him down to 0 immediately. It's the 3-year anniversary for this game, by the way. So if you want to start playing this game for the first time, I highly recommend getting into it now. You'll get a lot of good prizes and rewards here for signing up, playing this game, and getting into it. We're going to do apple vinegar here for Conduit. He's down to 0% fatigue, which means he's ready to run. Really, really strong colt here. I need to tap more into that. Looking at his record, he's got 7 wins right now. Excuse me, 7 races with 3 wins, which isn't bad at all. A G2 and 2 G3s. So obviously we are looking for that G1 race. Regional wins mainly. Now, as far as his preference, he likes 14 to 2,400 meters. I believe counterclockwise would be better for him. So let's see if we can look for 14 to 1,200 meters for Conduit. 12 to 1,400. And let's see. That would be clockwise. These are counterclockwise. So I can't really see. Maybe that Churchill. Okay, that grade 3 actually is a pretty good race for him. Counterclockwise is, it's actually a grade 2. We'll go ahead and nominate him for this. This race takes place in about 17 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and hire the jockey Ryan M. from, this game says, Great Britain. So we'll go ahead and do that. That race will take place in 17 minutes. Could be in this video, could be in the next one. We're doing a lot of housekeeping here. So Conduit, he's ready to go and ready to rock and roll here for today, hoping we can get him a win. We have Raton Kane. He's not at 100%. We're going to need to do an intense training session with him to try to get him closer to that. Don't know if it's going to happen, though. Everything I do will actually drop him. Now, I need to give him a tough session to try to max out some more of his stats. So, again, I have turf horses. The barrier trial, comparing the barrier trial, fatigue is going to be roughly the same. His conditioning will drop more with the burial trial, but at least counterclockwise will go up to a B. But he's already, I'm not sure what his preference will be. We're just going to stick to the turf Gallop. I think training is pretty simple in this game, especially if you have turf horses. Like they all, for the most part, like the same thing. We'll do that here for Raton Kane, as you can see. And we'll go ahead and feed him a carrot because his weight is a little bit light. So he's good, but not carrying as much. Obviously, that could help us out. I may keep him at a light weight for the time being. He's not ready to run. So let's move on to the next horse, Hungry Kid. He's almost ready to run. In fact, we probably could find a race for him today. His weight is good. I'll just go ahead and feed him muesli to drop him down to 0, or I could feed him a carrot. And I'll feed him muesli. We'll go ahead and do that. And Hungry Kid, now he runs 1,000 meters to 2,000 meters on the turf. I don't know if there's going to be a race available for him. Let's see. And does he like clockwise or counterclockwise? I did not look. Let's see. Hungry Kid prefers clockwise. So let's see if we can get a seasonal race for him at the clockwise distance. And there's nothing available anytime soon. So we're going to have to toss him into a regional race and see how he does ultimately. And I think that's what we're going to do. Hop him. I can't speak today. We're going to toss him and hop into a regional race. My gosh, more words from Eric. We'll get into that race, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so here we go. It's a grade 3, the Connect Service High. Interesting name for a race at Tokyo, 1800 meters, excuse me. There's a handicap going on. This will be a good win for us, and we'll go ahead and hire Neil C. To take control of Hungry Kid. It's a field of 8. We're wearing number 2, and we get post position number 3, if I'm not mistaken. That should be our draw here. Now, we are carrying a handicap, of course, a couple pounds extra, actually quite a bit. Our jockey weight is 133, but the horse's weight's actually a little bit heavier, but there are other horses that weigh more than us. So it's just a jockey weight where we're carrying that extra handicap. We do have the best turf rating in this field, so hopefully this is a good grade 3 win here for Hungry Kid. Let's go ahead and watch. We are currently 5 minutes away from a live race at G2, I believe. Or is it a G1? I can't remember. I think it's a G2. So we'll be getting to that here in a little bit. Hungry Kid gets out well. And he is out in front ahead of Phantom E. Bahrain F is in 3rd. The main key sitting there in 4th on the outside. And it's a couple lanes back to Perfect T. Shoni Meg, Chaparral, and Tung Chung is the trailer. So 30 seconds into this race, Hungry Kid leading comfortably out in front. I think he's probably the best turf horse here. Clearly, his rating indicates that. Hopefully, the result will also show that. So just to kind of talk about what I want to do here for this channel, especially for those of you guys that know me, as I've talked about in the previous live streams, I really want this summer, this year to be about growth. The channel has been pretty stagnant as far as my growth for a little bit, mainly because I've just been doing the same things, playing the same games, and I haven't stepped out of my comfort zone. Champion Horse Racing, this is a game I genuinely enjoy. There's quite a number of videos on the channel. And what I've learned over the years is that if you really want to grow on YouTube, especially in the horse racing gaming niche, you have to diversify your content. And when I say diversify, I mean you have to play games outside of the Gallop Racer series. Because unfortunately, as much as we all love Gallop Racer, I don't think some people understand, it's extremely niche. It's an extremely small community, especially by today's standards still. And yeah, there's just not enough people out there looking for Gallop Racer content. So if you're trying to grow just from posting Gallop Racer stuff, I promise you it's not really going to happen just because of the niche. And I believe Hungry Kid just holds on to get the win. That's a really good G3 win for our boy on the turf. You can see the yellow leg wraps. Everything looks good. And we do get that win. Great win for Hungry Kid. So I will get back into what I was talking about here shortly, just to kind of give anybody some insights, especially if you're contemplating on what to do for YouTube, the content you want to record, your growth, whatever. We'll get back to that here in the next race. But let's look at the results here. We get that win, 60 gold in prize, which is really nice. His fatigue only drops up to 15%. He moves from rating 103 to 110. And his turf rating goes up, but it's still maxed out, and counterclockwise also goes up. So really good result there for Hungry Kid. That is going to be his third win. That's his second grade 3 win. So we'll continue to work on that and hopefully get him into some live races here. We're 2.5 minutes away from the racing debut of, not the debut, but from Sorry Brother. And he's actually in a G1. Didn't know if he was. Parade ring is starting now, but I still think we still have 3 minutes, but you can see in the top left corner. So actually, as we're waiting, it's a full field, a huge G1. I will be racing against other live players. Most of the people that play this game are, I presume, from Japan. We have at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 live players in this race, not including myself. So pretty stacked G1 field. Let's see what draw we get. We get draw 9, and a field of 20, that's not terrible. Everybody is using these jockeys, these special jockeys. Now let's go ahead and look at the details, everything in more detail. Let's actually go look at our horse that we are going to be racing on, which is Sorry Brother. Here he is. So again, let's go back to the details. Recent form, Sorry Brother actually hasn't won a race in quite some time. A lot of second place results, no wins. And a couple of these other live players have won some races. So I'm a little bit worried about what Sorry Brother's going to be able to do here. And you can, has this guy really won 2,000 G1s? That's insane. No, maybe not that many, but there's some trophies and other things, so there you go. Now, betting will give us an indicator of where we're at. Now, let's look at the turf rating here for Sorry Brother. C ranked, not bad. Some of the live players have horses with C plus and E, so Sorry Brother's actually in a pretty good spot. D plus and E plus. So we have a chance here with Sorry Brother. I mean, it's his turf, or excuse me, the wet rating. Sorry, not the turf rating. Is this a wet race? Must be, if that's the category that's popping up, because I'm not seeing anything else. Yeah, the turf rating is, the wet rating. I keep saying turf, but the wet rating is actually pretty good here. And that, to me, is a good sign for Sorry Brother that maybe we have a chance. We'll have to wait and see. We're carrying good weight for our jockey, only 110. We're a little bit over compared to some of the other jockeys, but that's fine. Horse's weight, 134. I think he's okay. Probably light as far as that's concerned. Maybe closer to the light side, but not bad. So betting, we're not the favorite, though. Actually, the favorite is the 5 horse. And let's see, we're expected to finish below those horses. Okay, so we're expected to be the slowest horse out of all the live players on track. Apologize for that. That's just my alarm going off to let us know it is time to race. Again, I will not do a bet. I don't think I need to. Could do a place. You can do some more exotic things, but I don't think we really need it right now. Money hasn't really been an issue for me in this game. I did not mean to leave that screen. 24 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, to Sorry Brother's big G1 race here, the Sprint Classic. He has yet to win a race in a while, and he's yet to win a Grade 1. So, big race here for our boy Sorry Brother. Competitive field. I'm hoping he'll be able to have good pacing towards the end. His conditioning not at 100% compared to the rest of this field. I know 100% would be ideal, but we'll just have to rock and roll here. So here we are in the Grade 1 Sprint Classic against 7 other live players, and we are underway. It's a field of 20. And Sorry Brother, I think he likes to run as a mid or proceeder. I can't remember what his actual leg type is, but he should be somewhere in the middle of the field. And you can see him. He's kind of smack dab in the middle of the screen. You see this horse in front of you with the orange silks, jockey with the orange silks, the jockey behind him with the yellow and blue. And then if you look a little bit further behind, you'll see us with that pink silk, green cap, and orange and white two-tone sleeve. So I believe this is just a straightaway track. And this is the Sprint Classic. So sorry, brother, he's sitting comfortably, and here we are. Down the stretch we come. We are racing against other people here, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, brother, he is climbing through. He's moved himself up into 6th place. He's still working. Sorry, brother, still closing in on this field as we approach the last couple of meters in this race. Very competitive. A lot of other live players, as you can see. Sorry, brother, he's going to be up there, but not for the win. That's going to be 6th place, maybe 7th, actually. So no money place result. Still have a lot of work to do with sorry brother, but he wasn't too far off. I was expecting him to maybe actually be a little bit further back, but I think no, it was actually 6th, and we beat out 3 other live players, which is good to know. We weren't the slowest. Actually 4 other live players. There was a lot of people in that race, way more than I actually thought. Yeah, I think there was 10 live players in that race. I swear it only looked like it was maybe 7. We finished 6th, just outside the money. So, unfortunately, I don't know if we'll get anything from that. His rating goes down. His weight goes down, of course. His status, as far as his conditioning, goes down a little bit. Fatigue goes up to 10. His wet ability does improve. His counterclockwise goes to A-. So, at least we got some good stuff from that race. But, unfortunately, just not enough to get the win there for sorry brother. We have another race coming up. Let's see. Maybe get to that one. If I could get to the right thing. That race is coming up in about 4 minutes time. So again, we'll set another alarm here to make sure we're ready, and that'll be the last race of this video. Another live one. It's a grade 2, the Ways Dam Stakes, with our 3-year-old colt Conduit. So sorry, brother, you're good to go. Don't think there's anything left to do with you. Now, if I did training, could you even do training this week? Would you benefit from that? Probably not, as is expected. We could do some training to try to increase some other stats, but he's already maxed out. So Conduit's technically already at his best. The only thing I can do with him is just try to get him as close to 100% conditioning as possible, because he's already maxed out. So training is not really going to work for him that much longer. So move on to the next horse here. And that horse is Conduit. No, we'll be racing with Conduit, actually. We're moving on to Rattan Kane. He needs some weight. But I can't do anything with him. He's at 68%. So Rattan we will be skipping you. Hungry Kid, he's almost there. Need to get some more training done with him. Now, what training can you do for, like, raising your conditioning? Because, like, for horses that are already maxed out, there's nothing else I can do. Really. A spell, a spell I don't think would be worth it. It would drop his fatigue down, his conditioning would go down, his weight's already good. So nothing for Hungry Kid, especially since we just raced him. Citron Energy, we still have some room of improvement with him. I think we'll still have to do quite a bit of training. He's a young boy, so we have a long way to go for getting him up to 100%. Now, what is his... Where is he actually at? He's at 85% for his conditioning. Hospital, what does this, any of this do? But increase speed or stamina limit. Okay, so I can use this for horses I plan to keep for a while. I'm not going to do that yet, especially since I've just gotten back into playing this game. I want to be patient and make sure I'm using those for the right horses. So Citron Energy, for whatever reason, any conditioning I do, conditioning is down. Anything we do is just going to lower his conditioning. I think I'm probably going to need to give him a week off because nothing will actually raise his conditioning. So what we're going to do, well, actually, we could do swimming. I keep forgetting swimming is good if you don't want to lose your conditioning. You can raise some other things. We can raise his stamina and his speed along with his wet ability. And there he is, beautiful horse. We're going to go ahead and feed him. See if we do muesli. His weight is pretty good. We actually feed him a carrot. I think that'll be fine. And we are 1 minute and 25 seconds away from our last race here. It'll be a grade 2. Glowing Dragon, though. You're not ready to go yet. Is there any training we can do for you? Turf Burial Trial will drop him down quite significantly. He needs more weight, for sure. He's already at 70%. His weight can help. I mean, the swimming can help his wet racing ability, but that's really about it. So I think I'm going to have to... Needs to increase his weight. I'll feed him a carrot, get his weight up into good. His fatigue will drop down a little bit. There's no conditioning I can really do for him, which is kind of weird. I don't think there's anything I could do. Even if I do a single pair Gallop, regular Gallop, that'll help his turf rating. So you know what? We'll do that, actually. do a single Gallop here for Glowing Dragon. We'll go ahead and feed him a carrot, and then we're good to go. So let's get to our last race here, because we pretty much have tackled everybody except for our filly, which I'll do after this race. Conduit is in the parade ring. 28 seconds to go. Field of 12. Let's see how we're looking. B turf rating. Some actually amongst some of the better other horses. This is a grade 2. He has won. Conduit's won 3 times out of his last 7 starts, and pretty good odds. Not the favorite. We're actually the second favorite here with Conduit, so he has a chance to win this race. That'd be fantastic. Didn't mean to do that. Keep going backwards. And now we're here for this grade 2 for our horse Conduit, and we get draw 8, I think. We're off and racing with Conduit. Pretty good start here. I think he's going to kind of settle towards the back. Back/middle, so he'll be mid and procedure as far as his leg type is concerned. And like I said, I'm really hopeful that we'll be able to do something with him. I can't remember if you can put 2 of your horses in the same race in this game, because I swear I see... Yeah, I really can't recall. Maybe not. I just saw those 2 horses sitting 3rd and 4th with the blue and orange silks on your screen. You can see them at the bottom, but I don't think they're actually live players. Live players always have like that blue underline underneath their jockey silks, or the green in my case. So that's how you know what real players you're playing against. And back to what I was saying about channel growth. Long story short, a couple minutes ago, sorry it took me a while to get back to this conversation, but if you really want to grow in this horse racing gaming community, what I've learned and what I'm going to be implementing is you have to play other games, which means other games that people are actually following, that have huge audiences. When it comes to horse racing, Rival Stars is #1 in regards to its growth, its audience, its reach. After that, I'm not really sure what will be the next best legitimate horse racing game. Probably something else on the mobile. Maybe Champion Horse Racing, maybe something else. But yeah, we have to do that. Here we are down the stretch, and Conduit is way off the pace. And he is not going to finish anywhere near the money. Weird race, considering he was the second favorite, and we finished way at the back. That's extremely disappointing for Conduit, and that was a grade 2. We finished 8th. We finished 8th. I don't understand. Was it the distance? Was it something else he didn't like? Really bad performance for Conduit there. I'm not happy with that result at all. Of course, we're going to drop our rating. Conditioning does go up, or does it go down? I think it drops. Turf rating goes up to B, which is good, but really bad race there for Conduit. 1,700 meters. Yeah, I wonder. Second favorite, and he showed nothing. So Conduit, let's see. Your speed is good. You're like my best horse statistically. 14 to 20. Yeah, so weird. I wonder if he's a horse that needs to run more towards the front. I may have to try to get him in another live race in the next video, because him running at that leg type, he never had a chance. He was way out of contention, and he should have been able to compete with those horses. So we're definitely going to have to probably change his leg type in our next live race. So, guys, I think that's really it for today. Let me double-check Zamora Jewel, our last horse. She's got a lot of growth, late growth type, and I think she has to win a couple of grade 1s herself. Have I raced her yet? I don't think so. We raced her in a grade 3. Raced her twice. She did win a grade 3, so that's good. But like I said, we have a lot to do. So let's get some training done with her. Let's raise her conditioning up if we can. So we can do an enhanced Gallop. That's our turf barrier trial, I should say. Don't know what her dirt rating will be. Maybe I should actually do the dirt trial. I'll do the dirt trial just to see if she's a turf or dirt horse. There's a filly there, top horse leading. So we'll do that. Her weight's already pretty good. I don't think I really need to do anything else with her. Yeah, her weight's pretty good. You can drop her fatigue down with apple vinegar. That's unnecessary. We won't be racing her yet. We'll go ahead and do Muesli. I know that costs. We have plenty of gold. And I think that will do it for all of our horses. So next time we come back, we'll get into some more live racing. I think, yeah, I've already did everything I could for everybody. So we'll go ahead and skip a month. And then our next episode, we'll see what more live racing we can get into. Appreciate you guys' love and support on the channel. As always, if you want to play this game, just search it up in your mobile store, Champion Horse Racing. It really is a fun game. Yes, you're not playing it, but obviously it's a simulation/manager horse racing game. And again, if you want to really grow on YouTube for the foreseeable future, you're going to have to eventually branch out to games like these. Now, everybody doesn't want to grow. That's fine. Some people are perfectly fine where they are. I want to grow. I want to get more people into our community. And again, just playing Gallop Racer can't cut it, and it won't cut it. I've been doing that for years, and the channel has really not grown outside of, I say, our community. And I would like to bring more people into our community. I would like this to become bigger. We can compare more things, more people uploading videos as well. I think it'll just benefit the entire horse racing video game community by trying to branch out here. So like I said, expect more Champion Horse Racing, expect more Rival Stars for sure. I'm finding out ways to enjoy these games where, you know, it doesn't feel like it's necessarily like a homework assignment or something weird like that. It's like I'm actually having fun playing these games, especially when I understand it more. This game is fun because you can actually race against other real players with your horses. And the best thing is, it's just what determines the results usually is a matter of your horse's qualities, how you're training them, their conditioning, all of that. And then the AI are essentially handling the rest. So I feel like it's very fair compared to if somebody found some exploit or some hack and a way to race faster as far as doing it manually. But since the AI are controlling our horses, I feel like that's much more free and fair. So appreciate you guys' love and support. The channel, as always, make sure to smash the like button. It does help out a lot. But until next time, Horse Racing Gamer signing out. I hope you all have a great and fantastic day. I shall see you all later, and goodbye.